Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
So I guess I have a couple of questions. I'm looking at the Pemko 345 and then the 3452, and I'm not sure which one of those to choose. It's a sweep with the integral drip cap.
Well, is it an exterior door?
Yeah, it's an exterior peach tree door. It's like 15 years old with a wooden threshold, and it's an in-swing.
So I cannot think of a reason to argue against a drip cap ever.
Right.
For an exterior door, with the exception that you'll have to do a little bit more to during the installation process than otherwise, because you'll have to notch that drip cap profile around your stops.
Yep. Okay.
Now, having said that, drip caps, people who make a living installing doors, once they have used a drip cap, either at the header, which would be a greater projection generally, and or at the bottom of the door, they are converted. They will not install an opening. A person like that would not consider a complete weather stripping set that did not include a drip cap assembly. So, you know, if you have a overhang that if height is H and overhang is O, if H and O equal each other, probably not a big deal. But if overhang is not that sort of formula, I would really say to you, unless you are completely opposed to notching that drip cap, go for it, because there's really no reason not to. Yeah, no,
I agree with that. Especially because my threshold is wood, and, you know, a little bit of water gets in there, and it's starting to mess up the threshold.
I would really love to have you call me in 5 years or 2 years and say, hey, Rich, guess what? It worked or it didn't work or whatever. But I expect that when you kick it off, just that 9/16 of an inch projection, you might as well kick it across the street, because you're going to need some severe horizontal rain for it to really get pushed back. You're going to need a lot of weather happening. Yeah.
So I see the 345 and the 3452, and there's subtle differences, and I'm not sure which one to go for.
Well, the 345 is only a drip cap. 3452 is going to be, you would not want a 345. That's only the drip cap. The 3452 gives you the 345, but then gives you the door sweep. So 345, ignore that. That would be a drip cap only that you might use to install over an existing door sweep installation. But if you're doing a new sweep, 3452 would be the way to go, because it gives you both.
Well, I guess I saw that wrong then. I'm trying to get back to that page I was on. So then what about the brush versus the vinyl?
Well, avoid vinyl at all costs. Here's why. It will fatigue with exposure to ultraviolet, sunlight. And I'm not sure where you're located, but extreme temperatures are just going to destroy vinyl in a couple of years.
Yeah, we have extreme temperatures.
Yeah. Now, bristle is great because it will help contour itself to an irregular surface if you were going over, anything that was micro-irregular. I don't know that a wood threshold would qualify as irregular. So as an insert alternative to vinyl, you should order a 3452. Would you please tell me the color of the aluminum extrusion that you want?
Probably gold.
Okay. So there are two. There's a matte gold and then a bright gold. If you want just a typical gold, the matte gold, the more common, and you don't want it to be like, oh gosh, highly reflective, like it'll give you sunburn, it's so shiny.
Yeah,
so
matte gold.
You want 3452 G as in gold, PK as in Papa Kilo. So Golf Papa Kilo, that's going to give you the gold with the Pemko preen, which is a synthetic rubber. The only time that you would do a V for vinyl, let's just be honest, if you were the guy supplying the material, you had 15 doors and you were under contract to supply and install, there's a difference in cost between vinyl and the better stuff. If it's for your own house, and the difference is, who cares, $1, $2? Probably not even that. That's gonna, so you want the Pemko preen. It's a synthetic rubber type product, significantly more durable.
I don't even see that here. Okay.
So in the website, you're going to type in 3452 GPK, Golf Papa Kilo, and then all the different lengths will come up.
Okay. And that's not the brush? Is that what you said?
No, that's a solid piece of synthetic insert material. I don't think you need a bristle for your application, because bristle is again only really good for a very irregular surface. Like if you were trying to seal over a pitted concrete sill.
Oh, right.
A threshold that had lots of grooves in it. But I can give you a part number for the bristle if you like.
No, that's okay. I'll go with this PK. So when a door swings in and then swings back out and closes, is the neoprene going to straighten itself out and then, come back and over top of the threshold and without bending, or how's that go?
Well, it's a classic problem. You do have to take a sweep and actually get it to be compressed over the threshold. So the amount of contact that you will actually have will be relatively light, because you don't want to have this thing really tearing the seal as you're opening and closing it.
Okay.
So that's the nature of the beast. There is another thing that you can do, which is a relatively significant departure from just adding a door sweep, which would be adding what's called an automatic door bottom to the outside, and it is, in effect, a device that will mount just where this normal door sweep would mount, but when you open the door, the seal bar itself actually snaps back up into the housing, so nothing is dragging over anything.
Oh, right.
But that takes this project and makes it a couple of steps more involved, because there are none of those that have an integrated drip cap. And if you wanted that, you would simply have to stack the drip cap on top of the automatic door bottom and screw it all down together, which you can do.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I just found that other number I was looking at. It was actually 345V as in Victor.
Oh, okay. So 345V would be that same, it's 345 probably GV, probably the part number. Let's take a look. Yeah, so a 345 GV would give you the same thing as, it's what we were talking about. Well, the 3452 is simply going to be a smaller amount of, it's dimensionally smaller is what it is.
Okay. So which one would you go with? I mean, would the 3452 be good enough?
I would say that it would be, but that's based on what the undercut is that you're dealing with. If it's a small margin, if you compare the 3452 GPK and the 345 GPK, 345, let me make sure that number actually exists. It does not. So with a 345, it's only going to be vinyl, and it will be slightly longer. The 3452 has a 1/4-inch dimension from where the bottom of the drip cap is to the bottom of the seal.
Right.
So if your margin is not super heavy, and it probably isn't, the 3452 will probably suit you just fine.
That'd be good, right? Okay. thought I had another question for you. So I can just plug this in right into your website and make the order, right?
You can. You can click add to cart, check out the whole 9 yards. Doing it on the phone is something we encourage as well. Whatever's easiest for you when you're ready to do it.
Are you familiar with these Peachtree exteriors with the wooden thresholds?
Not intimately, because I don't sell that product line at all. I mean, I'm familiar with it in the sense of being a homeowner and having something similar, and I'm familiar with it in the sense of selling doors.
Just wondering if there's any other suggestions you might have, as additional weatherproofing here.
Well, if you're not going to remove the threshold, I would either stick with what you've got, or I would seriously consider the automatic door bottom scenario, because if there is a rug or if there is a shoe that's been left on the inside of that door, and you have an automatic door bottom that tucks itself back up into the housing, you're not going to be catching that insert on anything. You're not going to be dragging it across your floor or the top of the threshold, or the kid, like mine, who left the shoe behind the door, and now you're destroying part of your weather stripping. For all intents and purposes, a door sweep applied is 99 times out of 100. It's more than that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate your help. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you called, sir. Have a good afternoon.
Okay, have a good day. All right, bye.
You too.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program.